Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Sunday, the 2nd of November, 2025. As you can see, the first day of my big month of autumn Thanksgiving festivities. New background, new animations, new lighting. Good stuff, right? So you might ask, well, what went down today? How did it go? Well, it was my return day after having a day off yesterday, and it was the first day post Halloween. We talked today on the Level 1 podcast about how well the Halloween event went and how I definitely have a different attitude these days towards these marathon events. Back in the past, these events essentially were make or break events for me, meaning I would be like, well, I really hope that we can have like a great amount of support raised during this marathon. Sometimes I would have big goals set for a marathon. I don't have that anymore. Now I'm doing so well on my regular streams that the marathons are more like a celebration for the viewer, a hangout session. If I do get a lot of support, that's all well and good, but it's really not required, nor is it a huge deal. You know, the marathon on Friday, I had a great time. Out of that marathon, we found a bunch of games that I think I probably will play again in the future, maybe even do playthroughs of. That's the most I can ask. To have a good time, to get content for the future is amazing. And so I certainly hope that you guys felt the same way. We talked about other things as well. We determined what the next DSP Tries It will be. We talked about the ideas for what we should do for the November marathon, if we even do one, because maybe we won't. We'll talk. We talked about all these factors. You definitely want to check out the show. It was a great fall themed, relaxing show. Okay. Now, one thing that annoyed me today, I spent time yesterday setting up all these new animations for people on Kick. Now, why did I do that? Because my program slash service that I use to do pop-ups. For example, it does automatic pop-ups for YouTube. I manually use it to do tip pop-ups. I've now automated it so it does subs on Kick as well. They added the ability to capture, list, and do pop-ups for Kicks. So I said, oh, this is great. Now I can have it all in one screen rather than having two bots running and stuff to do it. Let's just have it all in one place. Set up all these animations. All right. I'm not even kidding. Like a ton of extra ones. All this extra work. It doesn't work. The service doesn't track Kicks. It's supposed to. I have it enabled. They don't work. So they miscoded it, I guess. Hopefully they update it and it starts working this week. I do have it in place, but I had to manually play animations for people who did Kicks because sadly the thing wasn't working at all. And it really upset me because obviously the whole idea was I put this work in and that people on Kick would have incentive to do the Kicks, and it didn't work. It sucks. What can you do? Okay. So after the podcast, we jumped into Pokemon Legends ZA. Today, we took on 3 giant Mega Evolution Pokemon in boss fights. We caught a bunch of new Pokemon from the wild areas. We named a bunch of Pokemon because people contributed to the stream and decided to name Pokemon and put them in my party for today. And lastly, we grinded against a bunch of the human trainers to earn enough points to get our next challenge ticket so we could get to our next rank battle. It was a good one. It was around 2 hours, a little over 2 hours of gameplay. It went pretty good. And then we had DSP Tries It, the Thanksgiving sub from Firehouse Subs. Without spoiling, I'm just going to say it wasn't all it was cracked up to be. And it was mostly because of a couple, I think, critical flaws. It wasn't necessarily like the food didn't taste good, but I think they screwed it up. And to get your full explanation, check out the new DSP Tries It. It is live over on DSP Reacts right now. That's at DSP Reacts on YouTube. And hopefully you enjoy this one, okay? Pertinent since Thanksgiving is coming up in about 3 weeks here in the United States. So that was great. Next time around, we're going to be actually returning to a place that I tried many months ago, but I enjoyed and I was shocked at how good it was. You guys were shocked at how good it was. I'm going to be returning to Jollibee. Going to order some different stuff this time and see if it's any good. Remember, 2 of the things I got at Jollibee I loved, and then I absolutely hated the spaghetti, but I'm not surprised because it's supposed to be like Filipino-style spaghetti with sweet sauce and hot dogs. Oh, but everything else was amazing. It blew me away. Looking forward to more. So that's going to be our next DSP Tries It, okay? So then, tonight on the late stream, it was Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection continuing. Now, last week we had played through Mortal Kombat 1, 2, Ultimate 3, and we were in the midst of MK Trilogy. Tonight, we finished MK Trilogy, and let me tell you, it was no easy task. Just to beat the 3 boss stages took over an hour. That's how hard this game is, okay? But we got it done. Then after that, I opened up to the audience and said, what do you want to do? Should we do Mortal Kombat Mythologies Sub-Zero? Should we do Special Forces? Do you want to do Mortal Kombat 4? Do you want to go to one of the little handheld, the Game Boy versions? And they said, Mortal Kombat 4. And I said, all right, well, I'm just going to forewarn everyone. Mortal Kombat 4 infamously was so bad. This was the game that actually tanked the arcade division of Midway, and they stopped making arcade games and instead took everything to console exclusively. After Mortal Kombat 4, Mortal Kombat was only just a home game. So we played it for about 40 minutes. It's awful. It's seriously bad. It's not unlike the original Mortal Kombats. They're hard to play, but they're fun to play. This game is just ass. It's not fun to play. It's too hard to control. It had monstrous input delay. Like I was sitting there and pressing the button and it would wait, and then finally a move would come out. Like, whoa. So it is just awful. You can give it a look. I actually did a few fatalities with this character, Raiko, and I was doing some combos, but after 40 minutes, I was like, I really don't even want to play it. I don't even want to try to suffer through and beat the arcade ladder. It ain't worth it. The game is garbage. It really is just like a joke game that Midway fell off and, then they just became a home console, developer rather than arcade because they weren't competitive anymore. So anyway, it's in there. So tonight you'll see 2 videos, the conclusion of Mortal Kombat Trilogy and Mortal Kombat 4 and how bad of a game it is. We talked about it, and it looks like next time around, we'll probably be checking out Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero and maybe some more in the collection. Of course, eventually, we do want to play it online. I want to play, like, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 online. I'm just hearing terrible things about it, so we'll have to see, but that's probably coming later in the week, all right? By the way, you notice I didn't mention something. Support. Excellent. Full streams, we hit our goals. We're at 3 out of 10 now. Another 7 to go. For DSP Tries at Jollibee, looking good. Week had a great start, great content, chill fun. Everyone had a great time. Me too. 2 thumbs up for today. Okay? Tomorrow, we're back. And what are we doing tomorrow? No podcast. Instead of the podcast, in the morning, we're going to jump right into Hollow Knight Silksong. All right? We're in the end game now. We have 2 major dungeons. We have 2 major bosses. And I think it's the end of the game, but I don't know what the end of the game actually is. That's what's coming up tomorrow. First stream should be great. Tomorrow's late stream will be American Truck Simulator, our weekly chill interactive truck sim stream where I have a couple alcoholic ciders. I'm actually going to drink the final 2 out of that pack that I bought. And we're just going to have a good time relaxing. All right. So great content coming tomorrow. I hope to see you. All right. Remember, coming up later this week, we got more Pokemon, likely the conclusion of Silksong, possibly. More Ninja Gaiden 4, more Tormented Souls 2, more Mortal Kombat. It's a great week lined up. I hope that you'll be here for it if you can make it. All right, everyone? Thank you so much. Have a good night. See you tomorrow for Silksong and Truck Sim. Peace out.